Welcome to the part 2 of the dental reunion for the class of 79ers. Some people in our year have actually got better with age. Here she is, currently. Probably the best man to survive, John Forrest. Looking pretty good nowadays, John, oh boy. Hasn't changed much at all. Jeff Frayne's another one who's held up pretty well. Keith Van der Pen. Some people just haven't done too well though. Here we are, Greg Hosking. Look at him now. Wouldn't recognise the man, would you? Two totally different people. This young whippersnapper, he grew into be this man. Yes, it's Mr. Chartier. You wouldn't have picked him in a million years, would you? Steve Miller. Now you notice that his friends here wear masks and dark glasses because they don't want to be associated with him. And also you notice that Miller's got his hand in the cookie jar there. So you just never know with Miller, but that's where his hand's likely to be. More recent photo. And of course, if you want to be totally shocked, I'd sit down and have a quadruple scotch before looking at this next one. This is an absolutely horrific piece of footage here. And here he is all in his prime and glory. Now you might wonder what this little thing down here is, Miller. That little thing there. Well, women, don't get too excited because I can show you what's in there. Have a look at this. Yeah, that's Miller all over. Steve, this is what most of us have. Something a little bit more substantial. Here's yours truly in the heydays after getting the car bogged a few years ago. Some of my friends, Jim Carey, and over in the Italian Riviera at the Cinque Terre, just enjoying himself and kicking back there. Oh, who's this little cutie? You all know her. Not much of her. This is what she looks like nowadays. Still looking good, and she's pulled a good-looking bloke. How she ever did that, we'll never know. Remember Pete Hill and Deb? He's looking good. And he's even got himself a mullet. Mind you, he probably wouldn't mind one of those underneath his hat nowadays. Pete's obviously keen on the fishing, and while most of us are outside buying Mercedes-Benz, etc., not Pete, he's got a motorised boat. Jeff Frayne, still the picture of fitness and health that we always knew. He's done very well. Looking super fit. There he is with his family, and also little Tassie in the middle there. That's an old photo, as you can see. Mark Powell, yeah, well, he's showing a few signs there. A few signs. It was good to see him on the night. Keith Van der Pen with his lovely wife is absolutely gorgeous. But Keith's picked up some rather funny habits of more recent years. Have a look at this for something kinky. Yeah, Keith, that's all hanging in there, mate. I don't know where that pizza's headed, but it looks like down south. Who can remember the mystery woman who got 50% of it through dentistry with her wonderful notes? Well, this is how she started her dental career out in some high real estate. Look at the old equipment there. God, I would have loved to have seen you in those days, Jane. And here she is with a few of her friends, including the Three Stooges in the background there. It was great to see Jane at the reunion. Here's some photos that Janine Crotty sent over, one of her sailing, but have a look at the... Can you make out Mr. Overton there, Chris Overton? Overall, sorry, with Janine, making a bit of a strong play there. Karen Helder on the far left there with Janine, and Barb and Rob Taylor with Janine. And there's Janine. She looked absolutely sensational when she came over for the reunion. Very happy and a woman at peace with herself. Yeah, we know these two rogues. Hi, Steve, and look at Craig. Whoa, things haven't changed that much, have they? Steve with his new band. Mark Newman on his 21st birthday. Things have changed a little bit there. A bit of a shine on top of that head, I think, now, Mark. But Mark's looking pretty good, and it was great to see him. Ian Lemmy, there's two of his children, and a gorgeous Roz. She is an absolute stunner and always has been. And looks like the two kids are taking after Lemmy, and no doubt they need another full mouth rehab like Lem has had too. Jeff Stanton running at the London Marathon. And little Tassie Westbrook. He wrote a most gorgeous letter there as he's getting changed into his Superman outfit. Take your time and later on to read this and just go back. It's really, really funny if you do have the time. Dale Appointment up in Port Augusta. I think it's Portuguese, yeah. He's looking pretty good. He's a bit skinnier now after he had a mild heart attack of more recent times. There's Martin Hall out with some of his friends for a bit of a surf. And not to be outdone, Paul McHugh decided in his Air Force days that he'd have a better crack at this as well. Rogues Gallery. Here's Wombo. Looks like he's about to pour the jug over Julia, but she's far too pretty for that to happen. Look at these musketeers, the four of them. Couldn't go past those guys. In fact, Vanderpeer was in such form, I think he got slightly pregnant in the next photo. I believe he had a baby about 3 months later. Lem in the background. There's Susie. There's Greg. Jane Bell. The two cars before they got married. Remember Neil Wallace in second year? So this must have been first or second year reunion or something. End of year ball or something. And Susie's picked up a man. Woohoo! Good on you, Peter. You're looking at a real hatchet job there, man. And Steve with his former wife, who unfortunately passed away. And little Tassie on the far left with Kate from memory. There's Greg, Duncan, and Simon Woolley on the far right. Here's a few different people. You can go back and have a look at these later on, just to see if you remember some of these larrikins. Came through in a year. Yeah, things haven't changed too much, have they? There we are. God, they're looking good, aren't they, eh? Make sure you go back and have a look at these. The big man himself, Greg Vanderpeer. A little bit of Trivial Pursuit for you. What man manages to fix car doors that have been dingled by kicking out the dents, has a driver's license in 2 different states and has had a name change, and just has a big familiarity with dental floss? Yes, he discovered a new thing called iatrogenicus. We all remember that. There's Bob in his Navy days with Steve Miller and his current family. Bob wasn't too well on the night, and we wish him well and hope he's back on his feet. Which big gambler from Hallett's Cove has been banned from all the casinos? Who would that be, Peter? Name 3 dentists who've peed and done other things on top of a tram. Your clues are, you might be able to just pick them out there. We can't show his face, but which dentist accidentally took a transvestite home one night and, we believe, scored? Who called this man a good and got away with it? Not once, but twice. Unfortunately, Mr. Hunt is no longer with us, but he still left that big memory with us. Here's pictures of a few attendees on the night. Jeff Frayne really rollicking and having a great time, and Ian Lemmy was in top form, as you can see in 2 pictures. Dale and his lovely wife. Anyone know this man on the right? Mick Nordstrom. Many wouldn't have recognised him. Sandra, Peter Lapointe, and Rob Good with a big bald head on the right-hand side there, really showing up his chrome, and his lovely wife Sally, John Forrest and Steve. Mark Newman looking the part. There's Deb Good and Jeff's wife Anna Frayne. Susie, a couple of honeys here. How did you score so well, Kim? Probably a big surprise. He's been looking pretty good, Keith. So, and then he's his lovely wife, and Paul's looking pretty good these days too. Valerie Ann, my partner, and Paul and his wife. Craig Erskine and Janine. Yeah. Akiri. And Peter George. And Jeff Stanton. Mark, that's not your most flattering picture. And there's John and Mandy Forrest. Greg. Tim Fowle. Remember Tim? Anyway, all in all, it was a great night, and those who missed out, better make sure you make it to the next one. All the best for this, and we'll catch you for the next 10-year one. Bye.